Hey guys, 2 nights ago I thoroughly crashed this bike, and time to take a look at what the status is. So first obvious thing is the shifter brake hood assemblies here. They're both twisted in towards the center. This one just a little bit and this one a lot. So I thought maybe there was some damage to the bars, but it doesn't look like it. It looks like they just slipped in their little clamp mounts. Ouch. And you can ignore the hitch mount here. It's just something to hold the bike up so I can use both hands. So step one will be just straightening those back out and seeing if they work. I think this one seems okay. This one seems pretty tweaked, but we'll see. You can see they ground itself into the pavement pretty good there for a little while. And the next thing, obviously the tire's flat. This bike needed tires anyway, so this is probably a good time to do that. But this front rim, I think that rim's probably done. So rim, tire, possibly a shifter, and then the fork. So these bikes, they're an aluminum frame, but my understanding is they have a carbon fork. And I don't have a lot of direct experience with carbon fiber, but my understanding is it's super hard, which is good, but it's super brittle. And so after a big impact, it can be cracked and not be super apparent, and then just suddenly shatter later. So whether that's true or not, or whether this fork is fine or not, I don't know. But I know that I'm not going to trust it anymore. And that's probably more of a feelings over facts situation, but it is what it is. So rim, tire, fork, possibly shifter, and I think we'll be back in business. Alright guys, got those mostly straightened back out. You use a 5mm Allen wrench into this little groove right here, and there's an Allen bolt right back there that clamps it, and you can just stick it right back anywhere you want. So let's see if it works. Alright, so we're in the big chain ring. So I'm gonna hit the small shifter here, and I notice it kind of sticks out. It doesn't really fit back in behind the big one, but let's see if we shift. Alright, it did. Let's see if it'll go back to the big one. Alright, back into the big one. So the shifting seems to be working. Let's see if our rear brake works. Yep. Still got rear brake, obviously a whole lot of play, but those brake pads were worn down to nothing already. Front tire doesn't really want to roll because the rim's been smashed, but I mean, I can see the caliper's working. Let's see if it'll... So we got brakes, we got shifting. So far I think we might be okay. So definitely new rim and new fork, I believe. Maybe I'll do some more research on, see if there's a way to tell if it's cracked, or if that's as much of a problem as I've heard, or if that's more like an old wives' tale about carbon, or what. But if nothing else, I don't think the bike's totaled. I think it's actually going to be pretty simple to fix, so that's good. Alright guys, August 6th, which is day number 69, and I'm on loaner bike number 2. This is a Costco sort of a hybrid bike, and this one looks like it's a little bit more my size. So let's see how we do. Alright guys, so far so good on the Costco hybrid. Let's see if we can get a 928. So about 3.5 miles in. It's a little more effort and slightly slower, but that's to be expected between this and the road bike. But definitely fits better than the one last night. I think the frame could still be a slightly bit bigger. I think like department store bikes, typically you don't get to choose frame sizes. That's, you know, before I bought my bike a few years ago, I was looking, and at least at Walmart, the bikes would give age ranges, and the largest one said 14 plus. So if it's small enough for an average 14-year-old kid, then it's probably a bit small for most adults. I really don't like narrating when I realize I have an audience. But anyway, the bike's totally rideable. I'm really thankful to be able to borrow it. Thanks, Dad. Another person. And off I go. Probably shoot for about 10 miles tonight. 9:35, that makes 10 miles. All in all, this bike does okay.